more lunch break.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Lunch Break. We're eating sandwiches today. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you're making a new website, getting a domain, building an online store, do it with Squarespace. So Yappy, episode 2 just came out.
I guess everybody is going to be wondering the same thing. Do you or do you not like dim sum, Phil?
Of all the controversies that surround Yappy,
That's my one takeaway.
Explain yourself.
spoiler alert, there's a scene where my character proclaims that he does not like dim sum. Ian Andrew is heavily based on my real life. Okay, first of all, dim sum is not just that. There's lots of types of dim sum across all of Chinese cuisine. So Cantonese style dim sum, I'm not a huge fan of.
Is there other styles of?
Yeah, there's Taiwanese dim sum. There's
They
like
don't call it
Shanghai
that,
dim.
though.
Yeah, they do.
In Mandarin, they do.
Dim sum that's Cantonese.
It's Cantonese pronunciation.
Right, but then there is dianxing.
Like Ding Tai Fung is Dianxing.
Exactly. So in that sense, I love dianxing.
So like more of like
There's like a lot of items that I'm just like not a fan of. I love ta sao bao though. I will eat those forever. So basically, the premise of the episode is that it's like, what makes someone a bad Asian? The stereotypes that are out there of Asian people, and when you don't fit into them, are you a bad Asian? So we thought today would be a good chance to actually break down what is a bad Asian, or if we ourselves are good or bad Asians.
for the dim sum thing, like I don't do the chicken feet. So that makes me feel like a little bit of a bad Asian.
There's this perception that like you have to like to eat weird stuff
That's not true.
to earn your Asian card.
The fact that you like tasiu bao, like, that's great.
I like how this is like, we're like trying to encourage, Phil, it's okay.
I don't like chicken feet because it's a lot of work and not a lot of reward, but I like tripe.
Okay, I'll admit, as a kid growing up, my parents used to criticize me for not wanting to join them for dim sum. And the reason wasn't necessarily the food, it was because the meal took way too long.
Yes. Agreed.
And I think I was said like, oh, you're not being a good like Chinese person.
When you're like a 10-year-old and you're with your family friends, it's a full day.
You gotta bring in my game.
And then they fight over the bill, and then they talk afterwards by the parking lot.
Some of the stereotypes are, growing up, there's a line that's like, oh, can you imagine if we
Didn't do Kumon or Model UN?
Yeah, so let me ask you this. When you guys were growing up as a kid, did you guys do any of those things?
Raise your hand if you did. Come on.
Does one trial day count?
Hey,
Actually,
That's so Asian.
That's the most Asian thing.
I think I did that
lesson.
too. I got like a stack of the worksheets, and then I never went
Yeah,
again.
I got the little pencil holder.
Oh my god.
What if your mom actually just took you to a different one every time just to get
Okay,
free
so
trial?
I feel like true Asian. My dad is like, why am I gonna pay someone to give you math problems? He made his own and gave it to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore. Did you guys go to a like Chinese school or language your school?
No.
You didn't? You guys did? Wait, and your Chinese is still?
I'm less than a preschooler.
Oh, wait, how many years did you do it?
Like 6.
I guess that's
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a pretty
Well, I told the story like they taught us Mandarin, but nobody in my family. Well, they
Okay,
spoke
that
it, but like it wasn't our language of choice.
Okay.
And I was never around like Mandarin.
How many years did you take?
6, 7 years.
Oh, that's it? Oh, but you spoke at home often.
I spoke at home often. Actually, I wasn't doing well academically because I always sucked on the tests. But it was like when it came to like colloquial, like speaking, I was always better than everyone in school because I spoke at home.
I didn't take Chinese school either. Similar to like what your dad did with Kumon. We like a couple classes, and then my dad pulled me out and he's like, "This is my language. I can teach this to you for free." And being taught by your dad is way worse because your dad can hit you. He kept one knuckle like this.
Ooh.
And if I did it wrong, chao. Like he'd hit my head.
In middle schools, I'd be driven to school, and he wouldn't let me out of the car until I finished his oral math problems.
Oh wow.
Oral math problems.
Like he'd say it, and then I'd have to repeat that. It wasn't written. And he never told me how many he would do. So I'd just be in the car waiting to do these. I messed up a lot, guys. I was late to class.
The most Asian thing you could do as a kid. Instruments.
I played piano.
Okay, so raise your hand if you did piano. Raise your hand if you did
Violin.
a string instrument.
I did that by choice.
Me too.
Oh wow.
I thought it was like really cool that you could hold your instrument. I think after years of piano, I was like, I want to like hold my instrument.
Well, I played the piano for like 7 years, or I took lessons for 7 years. I only did the violin for 1 year, but I really liked the violin. But it was only just like for 5th grade.
I grew up playing piano like from a very young age with I started with like a Chinese teacher, like just from like my mom's church or whatever. and she was scary. That was like really bad. But I did 11 years of piano, and I have nothing to show for it now.
I just played. No instruments.
So how come your parents?
My brother played violin. I was too young to know if he was good or not, but it was really loud and it was really annoying. So
Piano was violin was
violin.
annoying. It's too screechy.
In our house, we never had a piano. That makes me pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, you are a bad Asian.
But
no musical.
Awesome parents that didn't force me to.
Yeah, that's true.
That's even more non-Asian.
So your parents are bad.
Yeah, your parents didn't force you to do music. What?
I did 1 year of the saxophone. Cause okay,
That's so
so
non-Asian.
I know we had like a band, an elective to take a music class, and it was like, oh, it's band. Okay, I'll try doing the saxophone. It makes me look like pretty cool. It was fun to play, but I just couldn't read music.
Wind instrument is difficult just because lung capacity.
Technically, it's a brass instrument.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Woodwinds are clarinets and
And
flutes
oboes.
And,
But there's still a reed though, on the saxophone.
Basically, you're just vibrating. This
You're just
piece of wood.
vibrating, you're buzzing, but it's not a full-on embouchure.
You took 1 year of
Yeah,
saxophone.
he's trying to like sound like he's so like pro. Oh, it's not an embouchure.
No, isn't it like a
I thought,
yeah?
isn't that?
No, that's for brass instruments.
But saxophone's not brass.
No, it falls under the woodwind.
My bad. Obviously, like we said in the Yappy episode, a lot of this is academic base or things that will help your education. Sorry to backtrack real quick. The thing about like us doing instruments, it's so weird to me that typically like Asian parents don't want their kids to go into like arts and music or whatever because it's very unstable. But then they made us do all this stuff.
I think it's to develop that side.
Right, but yeah, but only
To that extent.
to that point. Like,
Yeah.
what if like you actually like found a kid, or to maybe be like discover prodigy? If you're not a prodigy, you stop after high school.
I thought it was purely Asian families knowing how to work the system, knowing that you need extracurriculars to have a good college app, to get into a good college, so you could do business, engineering, law.
It might be that.
One thing we're forgetting too is competition, right? Comparing like your kid to somebody else's kid.
For you guys, it was comparing between all the Asian kids, and mine was being compared with the Jewish people.
Are you good Asian or bad Asian when it comes to SATs?
Oh, bad.
I think I was average.
I think by some people's standards I was bad, but to me I was like, this is fine, average. Yours was out of 2400, right? So just take out that third section, right? The essay part.
Well, that helped me.
Oh really? So take that out.
Oh, then my score is even shittier.
I'm a bad Asian for the SAT 2s.
See, I was better with SAT.
Oh yeah, I was great with SAT too.
I was telling this story the other day, but during the SAT 2s, you know how there's 2 parts?
Yeah.
So in the middle you have break. So before number 2, I had to go number 2, and then I was late for the second part.
I had a similar experience with that, but for the ACTs. Did you guys ever take the ACTs?
That was the one time I took the ACT. I actually had to.
I had to, in the middle of the ACTs, I had to go so bad, and like I like lost like 40 minutes of time. Good Asians stereotypically will have like great GPAs because we're smart.
Doesn't the average change depending on like
There's, like,
certain
APs.
classes?
Yeah, so you have weighted and unweighted.
Okay, weighted. I'll give you that extra AP honors point.
I don't know my weighted, I just know my unweighted.
He's gonna be like,
Oh god, it was so bad. My unweighted is like 3.9. 3.9. All right, then how about this? Did you guys ever get a C?
Yeah, one time. And it's for like.
Yeah? How many?
I think 1 or 2.
1 or 2?
They were for Spanish.
Okay.
No, C.
I got a C in linear algebra.
I got a C in a math class.
I got a C in pre-calc.
Oh, I got a C in geometry.
I didn't even make it to pre-calc.
That's pre-calc. I didn't even make it to calc. I was in pre-calc.
Pre-calc and calc are completely unrelated.
Wait, so you started trig?
Stats.
Stats is separate though.
No, but
Let's
you can
trig it
do
and
you could do
stats.
stats as separate.
I did stats my senior year because I didn't want to do calculus. Technically, I guess we all got a C, which is pretty bad.
Wait, what did you get a C? Oh, you said in
pre-calc?
That's why he was asking for like, did we get into it?
I just want to make sure you guys got C's before I said I got a C.
Are you leading to D's and F's though?
You got a D? I've never done it. Okay.
I'm not. I had a ton of C's in college.
I don't understand D, because D is so close to an F.
Why would
and,
you even-
And C is essentially failing, at least as an Asian.
Actually, it seems like we were actually pretty good Asians in terms of what's expected from us.
Yeah.
Like, we still valued education. We still like listened to our parents. Like, now that you've developed into your own human and you are not bound by school, what do you think are like, things that Asians are expected to do now that you do or don't? For me, like dim sum and sushi. I've talked about it before. I don't like sushi.
I still refrain from ever turning on the heat or air conditioner.
That's
I mean,
just
things like that.
It's Asian.
Always grab extra napkins.
Yeah, I do that.
Is that an Asian thing? I feel like that's just like a
It's an Asian thing.
frugality thing.
Frugality is Asian.
I try to make it a point, at least like every other time I'm in town, to go see my grandparents. At least just like peek in, say hi.
Very respectful, honorable. So that makes you a good Asian.
And then I think another
That makes you
thing,
a good person.
I mentioned this in the other lunch break. My dad still cuts my hair, so I think that's pretty Asian.
That's very Asian.
That's pretty Asian. Sometimes, like, when I'm at a restaurant and there is like an Asian chicken salad, like,
You'll get it.
I want it.
Flavors
I like
of
the
it.
flavors of it. And I'm like, oh, damn it. Like, the server is gonna just think, well, of course the Asian guy got the Asian salad, and I hate that.
Driving a Toyota.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people drive Toyotas.
At Wong Fu, it makes me pretty Asian.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I used to live on the west side, but now I'm back in the 66 area. That makes me pretty Asian.
Welcome home, Chris.
No, wait. What makes you a bad Asian? Let's try to find things that make us bad Asians.
I'm bad at tennis.
I don't think anyone expects Asians to be good at
Asians are pretty good at tennis.
It's the one sport I think.
badminton more. Net sports.
That's true. I didn't have badminton
I am
in
good
school.
at ping pong.
It was definitely bad Asian because I played football in high school.
Okay,
That was definitely.
that's good. That's representing. Yeah, there aren't a lot of Asians in football. Man, we're just like, oh, I guess we're Asian.
so good.
There's another thing in episode 2 of Yappy that was touched on, which is like, what are the new stereotypes of Asians, right? And like Brandon's character as a high schooler now is feeling like, oh, everyone thinks Asians can dance because of, you know, America's Best Dance Crew or K-pop or whatever. And it's just crazy to me to think that like, yeah, like that's a new thing that we didn't have when we were in high school.
Yeah, I can't dance very well. I don't have
we've
rhythm.
seen-
I don't
we've seen-
have. I don't have rhythm. I can do some things, but I just don't have rhythm.
You could take some lessons.
You can't take lessons on rhythm.
He's like, I've tried. Chris, coming from a person that also is not the most dancing inclined, I think he can dance.
Well, you guys let us know in the comments below, how Asian do you think we are?
Or what other criteria is there?
And here's the thing though, we're not saying that you should or shouldn't do any of these things. Ultimately, like, just be yourself.
Personal experience, it's all different. These are fun things to chat about, to see what things we have in common, but obviously we're different.
If you're like still in high school right now, let us know what the current stereotypes are perceived of Asians these days. Maybe it's changed. So whatever you guys are trying to do online with your website, your domain, your online store, do it with Squarespace. You can actually get 10% off your first purchase by going to the link below, squarespace.com/wongfu. If you guys have ever been to our website, we use Squarespace and it is so pretty.
So Squarespace is known for their award-winning 24/7 customer service.
They got some really amazing templates.
And domain hosting.
So be sure to check them out.
Hope you guys are enjoying Yappy. We have 3 more episodes coming out, and we really appreciate you guys' support. Please keep telling your friends. Go to the store to buy your Wong Fu and Yappy merch, and we'll see you guys next week.